Hi folks, about 20 after 5, August 3rd, Sunday. Almost 80 degrees according to that. That one says 77. And this guy says 25.2. It's Sunday. No, my batteries are not charged. We've been overcast all day, just hot, humid, crappy. About the Kubota. I went to take the Kubota out of the shed, and I went to start it, and that thing normally starts on the first try. Even if it's been sitting for 6 months, always the first try. Goes around once and it's running. This time it took a few tries to get it to fire up. So I'm like, strange. And it kind of belched some nasty smoke, you know, nasty diesel smoke. So I said, you know, we're all allowed to have an occasional bad day. Let's hope that's all it is. It's just it being a little cranky. So I cut the grass. I filled it up with diesel fuel, and I put some diesel conditioner in it just to ward off evil spirits. STP diesel conditioner, just to ward off some evil spirits, and cut the grass. Well, I got probably about a little over 2 acres cut. I kind of have like the last half acre to do, and it's been acting up more and more. Like it'll be going along fine, then it'll bring itself all the way down to an idle and stumble, and then it'll go right back up to the speed it's set at. And if you play with the throttle, you can kind of you know, counteract that behavior a little bit, but it doesn't seem to wind up all the way. If you push the throttle up against the stops, it's like it's being held back. By being held back, it's not running rich, it's just kind of like starving perhaps. So you know, I limped it until I got to the far end over there, and it died. So I pushed it over here, and by the way, this thing is a bitch to push. And now, what do? You guys know diesels do not require 12 volts to run, except for 2 things. This thing has a relay to turn it off, and actually that relay, you actually need 12 volts to turn off that relay, and you also need 12 volts to turn on that relay. Once the relay's turned on, it'll stay on, but if your battery goes completely dead and you go to turn it off, it won't go off because your 12 volts is gone. So anyway, so you need 12 volts to turn on that relay, and you need 12 volts to turn off that relay. The second thing this thing does need 12 volts for is the electric fuel pump. That is an electric fuel pump that gets the fuel up to here, and then the diesel pump takes over from there. Anyhow, so it didn't start right up, and I was thinking, well, maybe the you know, the battery is a little low. You know, I had to use a nail to jump the starter relay, and it did start by doing that, but I figured, well, maybe the battery's a little low, so it's not pumping fuel as good as it could be. That, and I got a fuel filter here. Maybe it's just time to change it. Now, I don't know if you guys know Kubota diesels. Is this just a regular, ordinary, everyday automotive fuel filter? I mean, could I just go smash anything on here? That would make me happy. What I'll do is I'll probably go through the trouble of checking eBay, see if they sell specific fuel filters for. This is a Kubota D722. This is the first time I've really had trouble with it. It's got an alternator problem. Probably needs brushes. So I know that that's my fault. I should just change it. And because I haven't changed the alternator, as I drive the thing, it has electric power steering, and gradually it runs the battery down. So I guess what I'm starting with, I'm going to start out by letting the battery charge at 2 amps overnight. Then we'll try to fire it up, try to get it back to its home. I'm going to look up a fuel filter for it. Maybe order that. I should probably order. It's really dying for a set of blades too. It's got a 54-inch deck. I should order it a set of blades also. Should order it an alternator. What the heck. Oh, what's a few $100, right? Yeah, this is a young machine. It's got 830 hours on it. I don't know, could you guys see that? Right, 830. These engines, I think they use it on, used to use it on a lot of those roadside flashing light power plant things, and they go easily a couple of thousand hours. So anyway, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to obviously charge the battery, because what moron shouldn't be trying to have a charged battery? And then I'm going to look up a fuel filter. I'll look that up on eBay, see what it tells me. Maybe order it a fuel filter. Hopefully she'll fire up and I can limp it back to its shed. And then when I change the fuel filter, obviously you don't want to get any air in the system, so I'll put the fuel filter in, activate the electric fuel pump, make sure it pumps plenty of fuel, make sure the fuel looks nice and clean, and hopefully that fixes it up for me. If it doesn't, anybody who owns Kubota stuff knows that if you got to put an injector pump or anything like that into them, it's they are expensive machines to get fixed. They're very, very good, because when they run like a champ. They're fuel efficient. They're wonderful, wonderful machines. But when they break, if you're starting to throw parts at them, it could get expensive real quick. Probably there's some place out there that one could send injectors to if it needs to be rebuilt, but I'm not thinking it needs an injector or it needs a pump, because it would kind of run low and then speed back up and run low and speed back up. To me, that sounds like it was starving for fuel. So that's either the fuel pump, the fuel filter, or I didn't have enough charge on the battery, so the fuel pump wasn't getting all it needed. So that's my theory. Let me know what you guys think. Guys, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Remember to keep your tires down, your handlebars up, and live your lives and enjoy them. Take care now, folks. Bye.